Sorry for not doing any. Sorry for not doing High Guardian Spice reviews in like on the 26th. I was busy with other shit. Anyways, today's episode 6, which is the last month of June. Thankfully, I got it in time. We're gonna write called Crushing Obstacles. Now, let me see what this film is. Now, what did I think of this episode? And, oh yeah, the other thing. I think this is hands down the worst episode I've seen. This has managed to dethrone episode 2 as the worst episode of the show. And thankfully, we're also in the second semester of High Guardian Spice. This is where the show began to turn into its decline. Episodes 1 through 5 were just graceful, okay? Stupid moments, that has stupid moments, terrible screenplay, atrocious animation. And here's how it goes. Episode 6 introduces us to a new student at High Guardian Academy called Aster. I really fucking hate this guy. Aster is extremely annoying. Like, no. Previous episodes said. Previous episodes. I mean, Aster was already a student here. Like, the minor characters, like background characters, are better characters than the actual main ones in here. Aster, because nobody likes. No, because nobody likes him. He's nothing. He's dumbass. He's Prince Charming from Shrek the Third if he was in this fucking movie. If he was in High Guardian Spice. The first thing he's doing is trying to get Rosemary to fall in love. Because here's the problem. He doesn't even remember can't even remember the name Rosemary ever. Name rhubarb. Like, Jesus Christ. He is so clueless. He can't do shit. If you think the only person if you think this gets annoying real quickly, you're wrong. I wouldn't say it like that. I'd say this gets more insufferable each time. The only person who likes Aster is Rosemary because, oh really, who else wouldn't? Thinks everything should be liked. I wouldn't be surprised if Rosemary ends up liking a certain someone I will mention in like 2 months or something. Probably like something like episode 8 or something. I can't I can't predict yet. Wait, wait. And Snapdragon puts on a mermaid costume in a later episode, and that does something for Sage, I guess. What is this point? There's no stop. So we have Rosemary pairing. So Rosemary pairs with Aster, and they decide to end up pairing with Snapdragon with Sage, and everyone just ends up arguing non-stop. Aster is a dipshit. Aster is an obnoxious fucker who constantly makes a fool out of himself in front of Rosemary. The same thing can be applied with Sage. I could literally go and goes on while Sage literally goes on and on and on telling you and how much of a bad of a how bad of an idea that Aster is a crush to Rosemary. This is where the sexism is from. You know that. Like, I'm not saying this is the absolute most distasteful thing. This is what put Sage as one of my all-time least favorite characters in any media. Yeah. She takes the bronze medal as the worst character ever. Third worst, actually. We're not surprised. She's always been my third most hated. Dude, I don't I mean, it's actually fucking stupid. Snapdragon gets sad and tells Sage to fuck off, and Snapdragon is a guy. Snapdragon is a guy. Oh, wait. Oh, after the after. Oh, here's a fact. Something that you guys never knew. After the show got canceled, after episode 12, which I'll get to in December, where by the end of the year, the creators immediately said that Snapdragon is a trans. Snapdragon, ironically, Snapdragon is literally voiced by a trans woman. Is that how ironic? No, don't. And just so you know, I am not transphobic. I have no problem with transgender people. But the problem is that Snapdragon never actually comes out as a trans. Professor Caraway says that he'll give Snapdragon the sex change potion and there would be no negative side effects. Maybe that's what caused it, I think? Probably, yeah. And even that part, Snapdragon says no. So, that could have worked. But nope, Snapdragon has to say no. Which made the audience more confusing than it already is. The audience more confused than they already are. So if Snapdragon is trans, Sage just goes on a sexist rant, and if it offends Snapdragon to the point, and they step up and Snapdragon to a point where Snapdragon steps up and puts an end to it. Sage is going on and on and on, never shuts up. Pretty good. Then Sage is separated from Rosemary. She just never. And you thought she would be quiet? Hell no. She won't. It's like Rosemary when she would never shut up about Sage. If Sage gets to. Sage and Rosemary, me, are horrible friends to each other. You should not be this understanding. You're being like too soft on this. This episode also shows how toxic of a friend Sage is. The kind of jealousy Sage has isn't normal for someone to see and pass it off as fine. It's just Sage being it's not Rosemary's fault. It's Sage being a sexist Karen. The biggest Karen in any fiction. To be honest. But in like a few minutes, in like a few days, I'll find a certain other piece of shit character that's gonna be far worse than Sage. I may not tell you, but still. But that one's infuriating. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the actual final part of this episode. At the end, Sage and Snapdragon are friends again. Why? Do you think this blue-haired Puta... Got that from one of my friends, by the way. Blue hair... Does this thing, like... Is this fucker supposed to be forgiven after what she literally just did? Rosemary literally got fed up with Aster's shit. Maybe the last half of the episode doesn't exist. Nope, it's just Sage being it barely even focuses on Aster. It's only there just for the sake of it. Might be which Aster Aster never shuts up. Aster, more like bastard, makes it's a better name than this. And the less said about Sage, then better. So Parsley ends up then like there's like no other the other characters like Time and Parsley aren't even in the episode that much because so what's their point of their existence in this episode? So Parsley accidentally hurts somebody. Aster's being a sexist dickhead at the end of the thing and sends her and then Aster sends Parsley's hammer down. but when Professor Hakone, oh, it's a new character. Aster is nowhere to be. Aster is nowhere. Isn't even in the frame. He's still in the maze. Not like it's not like what Hakone would say. Okay, see what like I mean, nobody, and I mean nobody is likable in this episode. So, like it's definitely the worst episode. Episode. There is legit nothing fun. And if the if Snapdragon telling off Sage was well deserved, that would have been on off Sage. That would have been my only redeeming quality with this episode. But nope, they just had to do it at the far end of the episode. So nope. But anyway, Sage got what she deserved. High Guardian Spice is a see. I'm telling you right now, High Guardian Spice is a absolute disgrace to disgrace to My Hero Academia. Even though I don't care if they aren't related, but they're similar. It's not just disgusting in animation. It's not and it's ugly as a show and as their characters' personalities. This is a big fat motherfucking 0 out of 10 or a Z minus. Fuck this episode. Let's hope episode 7 will do better.